All right, so we didn't finish reviewing Aqidatul Awam, but I wanted to just switch up and do something different today. So I wanted to choose something. I have something I want to start, but we're not starting it yet. But I wanted to switch up today. So I wanted to go over something that you've gone over before, and probably we can finish it in one session. So let's review together the case of uh, Adatul Hikayah. Adatul Hikayah. So a lot of our brothers and sisters and teachers would translate that as tool of narration. I'm going to call it citing or citation. And what we are talking about here is citing blasphemy. That means attributing a statement of blasphemy to someone other than yourself. To someone other than yourself. Why? Why does that matter? Because whatever you say is written down. The angels write down everything you say. And they write down everything you do. What you do in your heart, they write it down. What you do with your limbs, they write it down. What you say, they write it down. If you say blasphemy, they're going to write it down. So what do you do to protect yourself? Then, if for some reason you needed to or wanted to cite some blasphemy, meaning in other words, say some blasphemy, you don't want to say it as your own statement though, because that means you're going to commit blasphemy, and then it's going to be written against you, and you're going to lose all of your good deeds. If you commit blasphemy, you're going to lose all of your good deeds. Then you're going to have to come back to Islam and start all over again collecting good deeds. So what do? Then you say, he said such and such. Fulan said such and such. They say it was said. So we want to talk about this. And how do you do it if you want to copy some media? Copy, yani, maybe people are not using cassette tapes anymore. But we're going to say cassette tapes, compact discs, CDs, DVDs. How do you cite these things? Something that appears on your screen, something that you want to print from a printer or a copy machine, which is a printer, or a movie or something you want to watch. It has blasphemy in it, and you know. So can you just let the blasphemy just appear? No. So, or else it's going to be attributed to you if you know that it's there. So then, how do you protect yourself from that blasphemy being confirmed for you? And you want to leave that blasphemy for whoever said it to be theirs. Then you're going to cite it. Say, he said such and such. They say such and such. So let's see what we have here. The judgments, the author says here, the judgments of starting a cassette tape, compact disc, CD or a DVD, a camera, a video, television, and whatever is like those, such as a photocopier, etc., if blasphemy appears by initiating it. So, meaning you want to watch a movie. So, you know there's blasphemy in this movie, and you're going to be the one to press play. That means you're going to be the one to initiate blasphemy. Or in a song, you want to play the song that has blasphemy in it, are you going to press play? If you're going to press play, that means you're going to be the one to you're going to be the reason this blasphemy is existing. Yeah, not the original recorder of it, but the one who's making it come out of the speaker right now, or the one who's making it appear on a screen right now. So, if you don't want that blasphemy confirmed for you, you need to cite it. So, question: if a person knew that a specific cassette tape produces blasphemy by playing it in the machine, is it permissible for the person to play it without a citation or not? Can he just be heedless and press play? And then whatever comes out of the speaker comes out of the speaker and he doesn't care? And so what? Well, If he wants to be ambushed on Judgment Day, then that's what he's going to do. If he wants to be safe on Judgment Day, he's going to be not heedless, going to be careful here. And also, what is the judgment if the device is a computer or a television or what is similar to that? Answer. Praise and thanks are due to Allah, the Lord of all creation. Yani, we start our answer in the name of Allah, seeking the blessings. From starting in the name of Allah, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Kullu amrin dhi balin la yubda'u bi dhikrillahi fahu aqta' aw kama qala." Every religiously important matter that does not start with mentioning God falls short. So praise and thanks are due to Allah. This is how we are starting the answer, by praising God, the Lord of all creation, and may Allah raise the rank of our Master Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and protect his nation from that which he feared for them. What does Prophet Muhammad fear for his nation? Sins and blasphemy and the like. So here's the answer. Thereafter, if a blasphemous expression is in a book, so we're going to start here. To understand the answer to this question's asking about pressing play on a cassette tape or turning on a computer or a television and then producing blasphemy. That's the question here. So to understand the answer, we need to start from a base. The base is a book. We're going to start with a book and go from there. If a blasphemous expression is in a book, and then a person opened the book to look with his eyes at this expression, without reading it aloud with his tongue, then he does not need to mention a quoting statement. Yani, he does not need to cite this. Just opening the book and looking at the blasphemy in the book, not that he reads it aloud with his tongue, no. All he did was open the book and look at what's there. If that's all he did, then he does not need a citation for that. And what's like that also? What if some people are committing blasphemy on the street and you stop to look at them? You don't need a citation for that. You're just listening to them, seeing what they are saying. Or you did not turn on the movie that has blasphemy in it. You didn't turn it on. It's just on. And then you sat down to see what's there. You don't need to say, they say, you did not initiate this. Now you are merely a witness to something. That's how it is if you open a book and look at what's in there and there's blasphemy in there. You are safe at this point. A blasphemous expression is in a book and you open up the book with your hand and you look at the blasphemy on the page with your eyes, you're safe. Because by opening the book, one is not writing the blasphemy, which would be generating blasphemy. Writing the blasphemy would be generating it, producing it. You're not doing that by opening the book. It's already there. Nor are you initiating the blasphemy in any other way. You're not saying it. You're not writing it. One's doing is merely looking at what is written by someone else. So this one is safe so far. I think this is clear. If you have a question, you can ask. I'm going to keep going, though. Yeah, go ahead. What's your question?
Assalamu alaikum, Chef.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
All right, so I got a quick question. It has everything to do with what you just said. So, with this same concept pertaining to something like video games, you know how, but I'm gonna give you an instance. There's a game called, according to them, God of War. So, you know, just the title in itself is blasphemous, right? So in video games, you know, you do things like, you know, it's a fighting game and move around, do all these things, but you're not necessarily doing something blasphemous, but it has blasphemy in it. So what is the judgment of owning a game like that?
Just owning it is not blasphemy. This
and
very book
playing
we're
it.
talking about, this very book we're supposing in the beginning of our answer here, you might own that book. That's blasphemy in there. It's not blasphemy.
Okay, so and then so when you play it, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're falling into blasphemy.
Not necessarily.
Okay, do you think you can break that down with the fine line when it comes to the difference of it being blasphemy and it not being blasphemy?
Well, you have to be able to identify exactly what is the blasphemy. So, for example, the title. They
Yeah.
said God of War. Okay, so if you're gonna press play, is gonna make the title appear, then you're gonna do a citation.
Okay, okay. So what if, okay, because there was a part, for example, it says you're gonna go and you're gonna fight this according to them, this God. So in a case like that, I mean, you're fighting
So,
it, but
and
if,
whatever
yeah,
blasphemy appears, you're gonna cite the blasphemy. But just because some blasphemy appears at this point or that point doesn't mean everything in the game is blasphemy. Every time you push a button, you'll be committing blasphemy. That's not the case.
yeah, that's what I wanted to understand because I feel like a lot of brothers also that do play video games, have a question about this because we just want to understand when does it reach blasphemy?
What's going to
That's
be
what I would like to
blasphemy
understand.
here, out of all of what we're saying, what's going to be blasphemy is generating blasphemy, producing it. That's the meaning of all the talk we're going to talk about now. So it means, for example, if a person says blasphemy from his tongue, so he's generating blasphemy. That's blasphemy, unless he does a citation or he has some other excuse. And likewise, if a person with his hand he writes a blasphemy on a paper, that's blasphemy, unless he cites it or he has some other excuse somehow. And like that. So what we are saying, actually, your question is jumping ahead of me a little bit because you're trying to understand from the beginning and build up to something. So you asked me a question that's really a little bit ahead of where I am. We just started. So we have details here. We're going to build up to something. But I do want to answer your question briefly here so that you can be at peace, and then I want to move on. So, what actually is the blasphemy? Is going to be, yeah, and you need to be able to pinpoint what the blasphemy is actually. What would be the blasphemy? It's not the picture of a man on the screen that's blasphemy. It's going to be, for example, the words that say something blasphemy, like God of War. Those words blasphemy. So if those words are going to appear by you, by your action, then you need to do a citation. But the man on the screen and his jumping and his image of swinging a weapon or whatever, or attacking, or I don't know, leaping over a cliff or something, that's not blasphemy. And whatever video games do, hopping around, moving, flipping, that's not blasphemy.
Okay, that clarifies a lot. Barakallah feek.
I mean, Wafiq. So, so the base that I started with you, I think, is clear for you. A person opened a book that had blasphemy just looking at what's there. He didn't say anything with his tongue. He's not the one who wrote the blasphemy. So he's safe here. He didn't commit any blasphemy here. So I think that's clear. You can ask me about this point if you want to. I'm going to keep moving. So let's keep let's build on here. However, if a person photocopies blasphemous speech, means makes a duplicate, he's duplicating blasphemy. He photocopies blasphemous speech with the device called the photocopier, or whatever is like that. Yani he prints it from his printer, or he makes it appear on his screen. For example, he has a PDF of an Ibn Taymiyyah book, and he wants to, for some reason, yani show someone something Ibn Taymiyyah said. So he opens up the PDF to show the person the blasphemy. So his action is generating blasphemy. So he needs to do a citation. And that's if, when I say he needs to do a citation, keep this in mind, this is important. That's if it's not already cited. That's if it's not already cited. I'm going to come back to that, inshallah. If it's already cited, then you're safe also. this issue of citation is also easier than one might think. So, if a person photocopies blasphemous speech with a photocopier or anything like that without a citation, then he blasphemes because he is duplicating blasphemy and producing blasphemy. And likewise is the judgment of a photographic device with an image of blasphemous writing, from which the image of blasphemous writing is generated when initiating the device. Any phone screen, blasphemy is appearing on your screen. Blasphemy is appearing on your laptop. Blasphemy is appearing on your television screen or whatever, your big screen, your widescreen thing that you have on your wall. Uh, or blasphemy is coming out of the speaker of your radio, your audio device. In all of those cases, it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. Generating blasphemy. If you know that you're going to be generating blasphemy, that it's your action that makes the blasphemy appear, you need to cite it so that it will not be confirmed for you. Yes, question, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
For the game the brother was talking about before, or any game like that, is it okay to only say the statement one time, or would I have to say it every time, like I do an action in the game, or like if the name pops up again?
Well, is the action in the game blasphemy?
No, it's just like
Okay, so you don't need a citation for that.
so only once is okay when I start the game.
Uh, Whenever you're going to generate blasphemy by your action.
Okay. So if I were to uh click something and the name of the game, which is blasphemous, shows up because of that, I would have to say the statement.
Yes?
Okay, jazakallah.
I mean, wa iyyakum. If you remember and you realize that. Not that if you click it, you don't know what's gonna appear when you click it, and then you click something and then blasphemy appears. This doesn't make you commit blasphemy because you didn't know what was going to appear.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, question. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Sheikh, my question is in regards to a cross or someone wearing a cross.
Wait. Don't ask me about cross just yet. Ameen wa fi. Question, what is a citation? Citation is when you attribute something to someone else. Like you say, so-and-so said, that's a citation. You say, it was said, that's a citation. Question, can you please repeat the statement again? Which statement? I'm not sure which statement you want me to repeat for you. Okay. If a person photocopies blasphemous speech. Okay, another question. Go ahead.
Sheikh, what about a person playing on a blasphemous action? Do we have to say the author did or someone did?
Okay, hold on. This is what I want you to do. If you have a question, just ask me what I'm saying right now. Don't ask me about anything. Because if you ask me about something else, it means to me you're not following me now. It means to me your mind's somewhere else. So just ask me what I'm saying. Maybe what you want to ask me, I'm going to come on. But I don't want you to make me jump around here. I want to stay structured. I mean, Wafi. If I don't cover something that you want by the end, then you can ask me whatever you want. Inshallah. Wafikum. Okay, so If a person photocopies blasphemous speech with a photocopier or anything else, without a citation, he blasphemes. And likewise, some photographic device from which the image of blasphemous writing is generated when initiating the device. That's your laptop, your phone, or something else. Equally, if one copies blasphemous speech from a book with his own handwriting, without a citation, he just writes the blasphemy, then he blasphemes. Even if he imitates another person's handwriting with his handwriting, yani, even if he can mimic another's handwriting, that's not a citation. Mimicking another's handwriting is not a citation. And similarly, if someone speaks blasphemous talk without a citation, he blasphemes, even if he changes his voice to imitate the voice of another person. If he can impersonate another person and talk like another person, that's not a citation. Like someone wants to impersonate Trump, for example, and talk like him. That's in itself is not a citation without saying he said or the like. It was said or something like that. Now, look here. What if somebody was in a situation and he didn't agree to something? And he was in this conversation and he's arguing about something he doesn't agree with. So he might say, no, 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 so-called, no, that's what you so-called say. No, according to you. Isn't that what a person would say? Yes, because he doesn't accept. So, and when a person doesn't accept blasphemy, that's what he's going to say. Well, when a person accepts blasphemy, he doesn't care. When a person is concerned about that, he's going to be mindful on the lookout so he can avoid it. So, okay. Let me now add a detail for you. And all this, what we are talking, all this we're talking about now, blasphemy appearing on your screen, blasphemy appearing from your speakers, a blasphemy being printed out on from your printer or your photocopier. And I think it's going to come back, but I want to tell you right now, if it's already cited, you'll be safe. Such as the movies. Movies are cited already because it has all the credits in the beginning and the end. So if you did turn on a movie that has blasphemy and you just let it play from the beginning, you're going to be safe because they're going to cite everything. They're going to tell you who wrote the words, who said the words, who filmed, who did the lighting, everything. So it's all cited. Likewise, when you print something out, maybe the name of the speaker is actually on the page. It's not the mere existence of the blasphemy that makes you have to do a citation. It's going to be the producing the blasphemy that doesn't already have a citation, so that it won't be your blasphemy. How did the Sheikh define Muslim? Sheikh said the Muslims are those who believe in Allah and His Messenger and they avoid blasphemy. And that's major concern for a Muslim. Okay. Now, according to the rules we have just mentioned, opening a computer file also has the same judgment, as well as pressing play on a cassette tape. Though those are, yani, what's the word now? Obsolete. Maybe in some parts of the world they're still used. And playing compact discs, same judgment. And whatever is similar to them. So, in this issue, there are two cases. One, The first case is the case of the one who believes that as a result of pressing play, that the blasphemy will take place without the blasphemy having been previously existent. What does this mean? This means, okay, you have your computer. I have my computer right now. I have files on my computer. Some of the files I have, they have blasphemy in them. So, if I right now open one of those files and make the blasphemy appear, do I believe that this blasphemy was not existing until I opened the file? Or do I believe that the blasphemy was already existing in my computer, basically tucked away in the file that wasn't opened, somewhere, somehow within the electricity in my computer? The blasphemy was in there somewhere stored away. Which one do I believe? Do I believe that, right, Yanni, as long as I haven't opened the file, then the blasphemy is not existing. And then when I click it and the file opens, and then when the blasphemy appears, that I made it appear, I generated it, and it was not existing until I opened it up? Or do I believe that this blasphemy is now, right now in my computer, although I have not opened up the file? This is what we want to talk about now. What we want to talk about right now is not a matter of what's right and what's wrong here. Is it really there or is it not there? That's not the issue here. The issue here is, what does the person think is the case when he generates the blasphemy? What's his conviction? So I'm going to say it and then I'm going to read. It's going to be easier if I say it first. So if I believe that there is no blasphemy until I open the file and then the words appear on my screen, then I definitely need a citation if it's not already cited when I open the file. But if I believe that the blasphemy is in my computer stored away, even without me opening the file, then if I open up the file without a citation, it would not be blasphemy on me. Even if that's wrong, though, even if that's not really how it is, in reality, it's not really how it is. So I'm telling you, in reality, that's not really how it is. In reality, it's the first way. It's not existing, the blasphemy, in my computer right now. But some people, they don't believe that because they don't know how the machine operates. They don't know the reality of it. That's the computer. Same thing for a cassette tape, for a videotape, or a CD, or a DVD. A person would be believing that the blasphemy or the image or the words are somehow imprinted on this physical media, this physical device. It's already there in his own perception. To him, it's like a book. The book has the words in it, and all he's doing is opening the book to see what's already there. That's not really how it is, though, but that's his comprehension of it. So, without looking at what's right and what's wrong, does it exist previously or doesn't exist until you open it up? What does the person believe? If he believes that, let me say it this way, if he believes what's correct, this is correct, that in reality, the blasphemy is not stored away in his computer, and it's not stored away inside of his cassette tape or his DVD, and that rather what happens is that when this physical media is put into the right circumstances, put into the proper apparatus, and the power is on, and there's electricity and lasers and spinning and all of whatever happens there, then the combination of all of that makes something appear on a screen or makes sounds come out of a speaker. And without that combination of things, that sound doesn't exist. And that image doesn't exist. So this is what's correct in reality. So if that's what a person believes, then he is going to have to make a citation before he opens this file or produces this blasphemy. Whereas if his comprehension of the matter is that this file or whatever, his MP3 player, which that's probably obsolete also because of the phones we have now, and uh, whatever other device he might have, if his conviction is that the blasphemy is grafted onto this disc, it is somehow magnetically bound to this tape, and somehow it is electronically engraved into his computer. This is his comprehension that the blasphemy is present right now, even without putting the disc into an apparatus and turning the power on. His comprehension is that the blasphemy is in there. Now, that's not really the case, but that's what he thinks is the case. So then, if he presses play without a citation, he is not committing blasphemy. He's not committing blasphemy. His case is going to be like a person who just opened the book and saw the blasphemy there. For him, pressing play on this machine is like opening a book and seeing what's already there. For him, it's already in the machine. Pressing play for him is like opening the book. So, any question about this, what I just said, not something else?
Yeah, I have a question about what you mentioned before this.
Okay.
You mentioned saying something in a mimicking voice is not a citation.
Yes.
If a person cites someone once and then uses a mocking voice, and then do they have to?
The mocking voice is not a citation, so it's not even, it's nothing.
So they have to recite every single time they use that voice?
Unless everything he said is included under the first citation. It's not a condition he does a citation every single time. It could be that his one citation is covering several things. That's valid. I mean, Wafi. Just like the case of the movie I told you. They cite everything if you let them all the credits play. If you let it play from the beginning until the end, till all credits go off, everything is cited. So this citation that exists in the beginning and this citation that exists at the end covers all the instances of blasphemy that might be in the movie.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I want to ask about WhatsApp. When
Okay.
someone already when someone sends something on WhatsApp and you send it back to the people and it's already said forwarded, do you still do someone still need to put someone said, like cited, because it's a forwarded information anyway? Do we
It
still
might
need
be
to?
cited already if the name of someone is on there, it's already cited.
Okay, if the name is not there, but it's forwarded by someone,
A forwarded is not a citation.
it's not a citation. Okay.
No.
So someone still needs to say, someone said.
If there is actually blasphemy there.
Okay.
But could be that there's not actually blasphemy there, which is exactly what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now, for example, a computer file.
Okay.
So this computer file, let's say I have a computer file that has blasphemy in it, and I want to send it to you. So, according to believing that there is no blasphemy until I actually open up the file. Then when I forward the file to you without a citation, then I have not reproduced any blasphemy. There won't be any blasphemy until you open the file and then the blasphemy appears on your screen. So when you're asking me about sharing something on WhatsApp, it could be that what you're sharing, apparently, like on your phone, what you can see, there's no blasphemy there. There's just something. And you can't, like a name of something, a link or something, and there's no blasphemy there. And then you share it with another person. But if the person were to click the link, open the link, blasphemy will appear. So just sharing that without opening it and without a citation is not blasphemy if you believe that it's not blasphemy until you actually open it up, which is correct.
Salam alaikum, Sheikh.
Barakallahu fiik.
Wa alaikum salam. Hold on a second before you say something. On the other hand, let's look at the case of the one who does not understand how these machines work. What's his case? The one who does not understand how these machines work, he would think that the blasphemy is embedded in this link here. Even without opening it, in his comprehension, the blasphemy is already there. So for this one who believes that the blasphemy is already there, although it's not, but he believes it is, then he will need a citation when he forwards it. Is that clear?
Yes, that's actually helped me. Barakallahu fiik.
I mean, Wafi. Yes. Wa alaikum salam. Go ahead. Another question.
I just wanted to add to the WhatsApp messages. What if someone forwards a blasphemous picture? Can you explain that one?
Same thing. Blasphemy is blasphemy. It's not going to be different because it's this kind of blasphemy or that blasphemy is blasphemy.
Okay, I just, because I heard that you can't forward a blasphemous action. Put a,
Blasphemous
let's
what?
say someone says, a blasphemous action. If you send it, someone's doing a blasphemous action in the video, it's not sufficient to say someone says and sending it through.
Well, how can
So
you forward a blasphemous action?
Say someone's made a video of someone doing a blasphemous action, like
You're not
flipping on
forwarding
the
an
Quran,
action.
or
You're not forwarding an action. You're
you're
forwarding
forwarding
a file,
the
for example.
text.
You're forwarding a link, for example.
Okay. I heard otherwise. That's why I want to double check.
Okay, so it's easier than this. If it's an action, and you can't say they say, it's not an action in reality. It's just a file.
Mm,
And when you open it up, you see an image. That image is in reality an illusion.
yeah.
When I say it's an illusion, means it's just pixels.
Yeah. Pictures and videos are not reality. Understood.
Yeah. So, and the words also, if there were words there, those are pixels too.
Mm. All right. Barakallahu feek.
Amin Wafiq. So the person, what he's really saying is, if he were to forward this thing that has an image, yani a video, basically you're asking me about a video and not words. So he forwards this video that has blasphemy in it. The meaning of citing it is that this blasphemy is attributed to whoever it's attributed to. That's the meaning of the citation. The video is like the words. Yani, it's the same thing. It's a file. Different kind of file. You have video files. You have image files. You have Word documents. All this have same judgment.
Sorry, Sheikh. I'm from Australia, and they've taught us differently here. So I want to go back and double check with them.
Okay, what did they say to you? What did someone say to you?
One of the sheikhs said to me that when there's a blasphemous action being forwarded through WhatsApp, don't resend it. You cannot cite it and resend it. I didn't get deep into it, but that stuck with
Then
me.
what do you do? Jesse saying there's nothing you can do?
Delete it and don't send it on. That's what I was told.
I
So
don't know why would he make. Where's the difference here? I don't know.
not sure. They just said
Yeah, I don't
that.
know. If you want to ask him. See what does he say.
I will. Yeah, they just said because it's an action. It's different to words. I don't know the difference, to be honest.
Allahu A'lam.
I'll double check,
Yeah, I
inshallah.
don't see why it became different. Blasphemy is blasphemy. Comes in different forms though. Why a person can forward a blasphemous word, but he cannot forward a blasphemous image, and the blasphemous word is a blasphemous image anyway.
I think it happened at the time when people were sending. There was what they called Allah's name on a shoe, and people were sending it around. And this is when they said that they made that judgment.
Allahu A'lam. If they tell you why they made the difference, let me know so I can understand.
Inshallah.
Barakallahu feek. All right. So I thought I'm gonna breeze through this,
Okay.
but I didn't anticipate your questions, which is very fine. We can continue this next week. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
So if a person is playing a movie and there's no credits in the beginning and it's at the end, and then you shut it off before the credits come up, is this blasphemy?
Then depends. Did he remember that there was blasphemy left uncited? If he remembers there was blasphemy left uncited, and he shuts it off before the credits roll, and he also did not cite it, then he will blaspheme. So in that case, Amin Wafiq, in that case, and if he remembers the blasphemy that wasn't cited, then he needs to cite it before he stops.
And if you play something, music or whatever, and it has the artist's name on it, is it sufficient?
I don't know, because that's two different things there. The music is a sound coming out of the speaker. The artist's name is going to be something written somewhere. So how are those going to necessarily be together?
Well, I'm talking about lyrics, them saying something in the music.
Yeah, understand. If it's like a movie, then it's valid. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah, if it's like a movie, then it's valid. Meaning, you turn the movie on, the credits come up, and then sound comes out, and images are playing too. And so the blasphemy usually is going to be the words, though, most of the time. As for, before we get off today, as for image of the cross, I want to ask some questions about this. If that's a clear blasphemy, just because the image of a cross. And likewise, if there's image of an idol, that's blasphemy, just the image of the idol only? So someone, if that's the case, someone has to clarify that for me. For example, out there in, I don't know where is that, Cambodia, Burma, I don't know where, in Asia somewhere. This very famous statue, maybe it's made of gold, I don't know, really, really big. Some guy sitting with his legs folded. So, the people worship this thing. If someone merely takes a picture of that, that's blasphemy? So, if that's blasphemy, someone needs to clarify for me. How is blasphemy just taking a picture of someone's idol?
What about taking a picture with the friend who's wearing a cross?
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying now. That if you, Yani, Maybe you didn't understand what I'm saying now. I'm saying when it comes to the image of a cross, I need to ask for some clarity that this is for sure blasphemy just because it's an image. No, it's not
Barakallahu feekum.
Buddha. That statue I'm talking about is not Buddha. It's a different statue. I mean, Wafi. And then if someone says, yeah, for example, the image of the cross or the idol is blasphemy. So then if someone worships a tree and then I take a picture of the tree, it's blasphemy? So that's why this needs to be for me clarified.
Yeah, makes sense. I'll clarify, inshallah.
Just the mere image. As for words of blasphemy, that's clear, whether they are spoken words or written words. As for the mere image of something like a cross or an idol or something, who said that's blasphemy because it's on a picture? The mere picture of it is blasphemy? I don't know it, so it needs to be checked for me.
Sheikh,
Yeah.
I was referring to someone wearing a cross.
Yeah, I'm saying a cross.
But wearing a cross is blasphemy. It's a blasphemous action.
I'm saying the image of a cross. Wearing a cross, what that cross means to that person, maybe he just likes the design though. Maybe it's not religious for him. I'm not talking about cross with a man on it. Just a cross. It's two lines. Maybe for him it's a plus sign.
Barakallahu feekum, Sheikh.
I mean,
Last
Wafiq.
person.
Yeah.
We could do citations after the play?
Yeah,
After-
you can do citation after as long as you had the intention beforehand. It's
Barakallahu
not
feekum.
the citation in the end is not valid when you wanted to say the blasphemy without citing it, and then after you said the blasphemy, you realized what you said, and then you brought a citation. This will not protect the person from blasphemy.
Barakallahu feekum.
I mean, wafikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Hold on, before you say something. For example, we talk about cross here. For example, many European flags, they have a cross on them. So don't people have sports gear, jackets, shirts, what do you call those? Jerseys that have these types of things on them? Uh, Football jerseys. Football, I mean, what Americans call soccer. So when a person has, for example, some flag on his shoulder or on his chest pocket or chest, he's committing blasphemy now? He's going to say he's a kafir because he has that there? Yeah, I'm not going to just say he committed blasphemy. So
Yeah,
someone
can
might
I
say
say
there's a
what?
cross right there. You say this cross right there, maybe he doesn't even realize there's a cross right there. Maybe he just thought it's a flag.
Can I
Maybe
say
it's
something, Sheikh?
the design of the flag, he likes it. It's not the cross there. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I've heard similar to what you said. If someone wears a cross without the intention of worship, for example, just to please someone, but if they do wear a cross and they walk amongst other people in the community that are wearing crosses, I heard that's blasphemy.
Sheikh Abdullah says in the Sirat that if a person wears a blasphemous symbol, so not just cross, if a person wears a blasphemous symbol, then if he wore it legalizing that's blasphemy. He gave 3 cases. That's blasphemy. So it's going to be blasphemy if he wore it legalizing it. It's going to be blasphemy if he wore it glorifying it. It's going to be blasphemy if he wore it seeking blessings from it. And otherwise, he says it's haram. If none of those 3 are present, then it's haram. It will be haram, not necessarily blasphemy.
Hey,
Yes, go ahead.
picture thing you saying about a person taking a picture of some blasphemy. I mean, then in the case of somebody looking at it, do we marry blasphemy? Then somebody was looking at it, taking a picture. It's the same thing. Just looking at it. Wouldn't it be?
Taking the picture is not the same thing as merely looking at it. when it comes to taking a picture, you have two things. One is, and oh wait, hold on. Please, sorry, Haj, one moment, please. One thing is, let's say you have a camera and your camera's on, and when you look through the camera, you see the blasphemy on your screen, but you didn't press any button. It's just live only, live feed. Hold on, please. I'm sorry, I didn't just. I'm sorry. One second. So the camera is on and it's live. Not though you didn't press the shutter button. It's just on only. Like you're pointing your camera at something and you're looking into the screen at the picture. What's the judgment of this image on your phone or your camera, and you did not push the button yet to capture the image? What I learned from Sheikh Tariq is that this does not require a citation. It's just live only. It's like you're looking at it. What's going to require the citation when you push the button to capture the image? Then you're going to need a citation. Yes, Hajj.
Shay, that's what I'm saying. I understand it. I understand. But people, what you say, I'm agreeing with you. Somebody saying that just looking at it, not even pushing the shutter, the camera, being is blasphemy, but it's not blasphemy. That's what I'm
No,
talking
just looking at it is not blasphemy,
about. I mean,
and looking at it through the camera without pressing the shutter button is not It does not need a citation.
that's there. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying somebody who said that, come with that argument, that don't make no sense.
Yeah, no.
Like,
Yes, Hajj. What is yin yang? They say describes the two complementary forces that make up all aspects of phenomena in life. So, yeah. Question here. If someone forwarded the link that leads to a blasphemous article and wrote, someone said, will this be enough for the one who opens it? I don't know. I don't know. And maybe I need more knowledge about how those things work. If it's like a movie, then it works. But I don't know. I can't be sure that's like a movie. Also, what works? What works is the name of the broadcasting station at the top of the screen. That's valid citation. If it's like that, then it works. Also, what works? The URL in your browser, the URL. Like right now, I just looked up yin yang. It says google.com right at the very top. That's a citation. The meaning of google.com there in the URL is that Google is saying, we are the producers of this page. If I go to another website, it says youtube.com. That's citation right there. Or another website, OneDrive, for example. That's valid. When you said someone forwarded the link that leads to a blasphemous article and wrote, someone said, will this be enough for the one who opens it? So I don't know. Is that like the URL? Is that like the credits in the movie? I don't know. So if you get the chance to ask someone like Sheikh Tariq, for example, or something, maybe they can verify it for you. Amin Wafiq. But here, what I do know is if the one who opens it believes that it is a citation, then he's safe. Let's say it's not valid citation. If the one who received it believes it is a valid citation, so to him it's cited, so he just opens it, then he's safe. And likewise, let's say it's not a valid citation, but to the one who's sending it, he thinks it is, then he's safe too. He's not blaspheming because in his own mind, he's citing it. He's just not valid citation though. So it's possible, this is an important case, it is possible that a citation is not a valid one, but the person who's using it is not blaspheming because his goal is to cite. So rather, in that case, we're just going to teach him, don't cite this way, it's not valid. Question, if a TV channel has the channel's logo at the bottom, is that considered a citation? No, not the logo, which is some image, just a picture. Maybe their logo is an eye, or maybe their logo is a peacock, and that's not enough. And also, abbreviation is not enough. So, for example, PBS, CNN. What I learned that's not sufficient. Amin Wafiq. But on the other hand, Fox, that is sufficient. That's not an abbreviation. Amin, 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 wa iyyakum, barakallahu fikum. Alhamdulillah, I'm glad we had this lesson, brothers and sisters. I thought to myself, the brothers and sisters are going to be bored here. It took this, but looks like Alhamdulillah was more beneficial than I thought it would be. So let's continue this next week, inshallah ta'ala.